Good morning, Plum here, playing World of Tanks. I'm not playing, I'm watching this morning. This is DrivebyTank. Quick disclaimer, he is our platoon commander, so I'm going to be very, very nice. Our clan commander, I should say. Occasionally he's a platoon commander as well, but in this occasion he is just simply the clan commander. Sounds like a job to me, the clan commander. He's also at the moment negotiating a merging of clans and stuff. I swear he wears a suit, drives a BMW and goes into the city and stuff being clan commander. That's what happens when you become clan commander. Set up your own clan. It's business. He gets the first shot off. 458. Ooh, we immediately take some damage from a Liberty tank. We might take another one. Oh no, we do alright. We managed to angle well enough to bounce the IS-6. The IS-6 is a bit underwhelming when it comes to its gun penetration, so we'll happily bounce that. So we are the furthest most tank south when all that was happening. That's the speed of the T54E1 on this hard ground on the Paris map for you. It's going to get you around the map pretty quickly. Sometimes being the first tank in a spot is not always the best idea, but in this tank it probably is. When you're an autoloader, you want to get in, unload, get out, reload. Paris map is autoloader friendly. Any city map is autoloader friendly, really. If you can pull back and reload in complete safety, it's not a bad thing. Now suddenly we've got shots on a whole glut of enemy tanks. We're aiming at the front of the Liberty. We've got to go for that side shot. Goes for the side. Hot knife through butter. Front shot is always very negligible, but he pulls it off there. And we've done no kills yet, but we are going to rack up a lot of damage. That's going to be the headline figure in this replay. After this replay, we've got Drive-by's tank window coming up, so you can see his setup and the view out of his window and what he likes to do and stuff. So we'll see that in about 3.5 minutes time, because this is quite a quick match. He sent me a whole bunch and said this is the best one to watch. So we're nearly reloaded. This is kind of auto loader 101, isn't it? It's just find a spot where you can unload, fall back. Oh, this guy, he's in super trouble there. That was never going to be ending well for the Liberty tank. We've got the front of a Super Pershing. This is going to be hard work. We take a return shot from our T54E1 on the enemy team, and it goes through. Still got quite a healthy hit point pool. Now this is the 105mm gun, isn't it, on this T54E1. I've nearly got this tank. I say nearly. I've still got quite a bit of grinding to do to get to it. I'm on the T69 at the moment, which I don't really enjoy playing that much. Occasionally have a good game in it, but this can do nearly 400 damage with a penetration of 210. So it's workable. Shooting at weak spots and the front of medium tanks, etc. It would just be some of those heavily armoured heavy tanks, or oh, we do actually get one straight through the front of the Super Pershing. I'm surprised that's going through with that angle. I think it's because the Super Pershing's angled slightly up, you know, and the front plate is slightly flatter than maybe it should be. Is that going to go to the centre of the reticule? It does actually. Must have 100% crew, because that aiming reticule looked enormous then. Perhaps not the most accurate gun in the world is a way of nerfing the auto-loading capabilities of his machine. Well, we've been rocking this corner. We haven't been rewarded yet with those lovely little numbers appearing next to our name, but you can't have everything in the game of World of Tanks. I'd rather have, as would nearly all of you, a ton of damage and no kills than a whole bunch of kills with no damage, i.e. kill stealing. You have those games sometimes. We've been spotted. That was just literally from driving past that opening. I don't think there's anything in front of us right now. I don't think. Still plenty of tanks to go after. I think we're about to murder a T29 from almost full health. There goes one. There goes two. And finally the killing shot. Autoloaders. There's nothing I like better than getting in my AMX 1357 and unloading an entire clip into a tank, preferably a tier 10, with only about 500 hit points left, and wiping them all out in about 6 seconds. It just puts a smile on your face for a good hour at least, maybe longer. So this is becoming a bit of a kind of clean-up duty now. We've put the T54E1 to perfect use on this map, holding corners, popping out, unloading, taking the damage. I mean, you can't expect to play a game of World of Tanks and not take any damage. I mean, it's just something you've got to do if you want to get a high damage game, unless you're in a TD. So we've got 2 shots left. We can hopefully, maybe, if we're lucky on the roll here, not quite, but can we kill this guy with a ram? That is that was well played, mate. Really well played. Let's charge! Die! I'm having the game of my life. Get out of my way. There's more tanks to kill. There's only 1 tank left, and we're still reloading. The KV-3 does manage to penetrate us. Get to a more hull down position. Smart driving, taking this cover. Come on, we've got to get some more damage done. Shoot! In the end, we get 4 kills in the last 2 minutes of the game. GG. Let's take a look at his post-game stats and then roll over to his tank window. So that was good enough for his ace tanker. We also pick up a clutch of mini medals, Hand of God, Bruiser, Duelist Fighter, fire for effect, and high caliber. And we did engage the good 2/3 of the enemy team in that match, which is easily done on Paris because it's a city map. You can get around it pretty quickly. If you're in a well armoured, powerful gun, good speed machine, yeah, you can really turn the tide of battle if you were struggling. But your team seemed to have that in hand most of the time. 6,500 damage. I think the most I've done is in that region. I think in my Jag Tiger. Yeah, it's about 6 and something. That's the most damage I've ever done in a game of tanks. I don't think I've cracked 7,000 yet, which is shocking really. I've got to take out the Jaegeru and just hit something 6 times, hopefully, and I'll bust through the 7,000 mark. Easier said than done. So on our team, we did come top on XP, we did come top on damage by a really big chunk, and we also came top on kills. Essentially the perfect game in the T54E1. Took a bit of damage, but that's inevitable. It's a game of World of Tanks. 24 shots fired, 20 connected, 18 penetrated. Damage 6,500. We managed to block 1,190, so they're not exactly small numbers either. And in the end, it was a really good game by the entire team. Nice to see everyone playing well together. Okay, good match, mate. Good match. Let's take a look at your tank window. Welcome to Drive-By's tank window. This is his desktop. This is what a clan leader's desktop should look like, apparently. A must-have is a bobble hat, something to do with cycling colours. I'm not entirely sure what. And I think he's put a lot of this stuff here because I asked him to. And all of you, if you're going to do a tank window, just litter your desktop shot with a few clues as to the things you like doing, i.e. watching The Family Guy or cycling. They're not golf shoes, they're cycling shoes. And nail clippers, because that's really important when you're wearing professionally fitted shoes, that you have really crisp, short, sharp nails. Little pro tip, cutting toenails, cut them straight, which is always a bit of a bind with these little things. These little clippers down here, they're always on a curve, so you're trying to cut your nails straight. You want to use those little scissors for cutting your toenails, because you're really risking having an ingrown toenail cutting curves on your toes. It's a pro top tip, cut them straight. You will not get ingrown toenail in the future. You don't want to get an ingrown toenail because apparently that really, really hurts. I've never had it, but I'm quite pleased that that's never occurred to me or happened to me. Or, yeah, speak English. Anyway, we love the mouse mat. It's actually a dinner mat. It's got ducks on it. So if your dinner's delivered while you're having your gaming, you can just push the mouse to one side and start eating your dinner. Because obviously you can't put your mouse straight on that tabletop because there's gaps. You'll feel like you've got mega input lag on a reliable level. Just keep drifting your mouse over those holes. A collection of PS3 titles. Boo. Console. We have actually got a PS3 in our house, but that's only because of my son. He's only little. You've got no excuse, mate. No excuse. Keys to his car. A very nice key fob. Now you told me what it was. Audi. It's an Audi. The lad drives an Audi. He's finally made it. He's got a German car. They are very good German cars. I love mine. It really is very nice. And some homework stuff in his screen. Right, moving on. Don't want to spend all afternoon doing this. There's a lot of pictures to get through. A slightly finer close-up if you want to see what PS3 titles he's got, so you can either nod your head going, oh yeah, good games, or just start letting into him in the comments, then please do. There they all are. A slightly better shot of his keys, and that is the little fob for unlocking trolleys at your supermarket, which is really important to have on you at all times. I can't unlock the trolley. Somebody help. Have one of those on your keys. A really old iPad Nano thing. I've never had any Apple products because I hate Apple. That's not true. I just don't have any because I think they're overpriced. Another shot of his desktop. Nice to see the old World of Tanks. I've got to do a new intro drawing, haven't I? Because that intro drawing has been knocking about for the last 18 months. I've really just got to sit down one evening, not play tanks, which is really difficult. Because whenever I sit here, I think, I could do this or I could do that. I'll just play tanks. To sit down and do one of those drawings takes a couple of hours, and I think, oh, I could, yeah, no, I won't. But I will. I will try and get around to it this winter. And as any good gamer has, 2 screens with TeamSpeak open so you can see who's popping on. Nothing worse not having a second screen. You're playing a game and you hear new user on your channel. You think, who the hell is this? I've got no idea because I can't alt-tab out to see who it is. So yeah, second monitors, they're great for that. Cool, good stuff. Let's move on because I am taking far longer than I should on the tank window. That's a view out of his window. He lives on a road. No, he likes cycling, obviously, and that's the French Alps. And it might make a good map in World of Tanks, actually. You imagine a massive bridge spanning this gap here. So both teams start off on opposite sides of a lake with a huge bridge across the middle with choke points and whatnot with burned out vehicles. It could be an interesting map. Or 2 bridges, one at either side. Or 3 bridges. I don't know. What's that film with Robert Vaughn as a German speaking but with an American accent? It's not Battle of the Bulge, is it? The bridge over the river. No, I can't think what it's called. Anyway, whatever it is, I'll stick it up on the screen now. Because I'm an idiot, I can't remember. We'll get to his real tank window in a second. That's his amazing bicycle. That thing looks like it's capable of time travel. It looks so futuristic. Astonishing. Bikes have changed a lot since I was a kid. It was all straight lines and now it's all just ever so subtle curves. I always feel sorry for those kitchen fitters that have to fit kitchens in curved rooms. I can imagine the same thing for people making these bicycles. I mean, it looks nice, but holy cow, the mathematics involved and the keeping the quality control when you've got things with curves. Nightmare. It's easy to do a straight line, but curves, I don't know. Anyway, that's the view out of his real window. Sunny England. This is earlier in the year. Now, if I zoom in over here, what does that look like? To me, that looks like Redshire. The map. Just stick on a little tank bumbling down here. And you've got Redshire. Look, it's got the little glass of houses. The hills look about right, and the colours look about right. So, yeah. And your neighbours have had their rubbish out. Is that still out? Because this picture's like 6 months old. Check out the window drive-by and tell us if that rubbish is still there. Dirty people. And then on his cycling in France, managed to go to it looks like a memorial with a Sherman tank, and there's the man himself on his super cool bicycle. You've changed your bottles because they were Union flag ones. Now you've got a green one and a clear one. What's going on there? How many bottles do you have to take with you on a holiday like that? You've got like 10 in your car. Moving on. Close up of the M4. If you can tell us exactly which variant that is, because I can't tell. My detailed knowledge of any tank, frankly, is ludicrously low. But if you know what that particular model is, then shove that in comments as well, because I'm sure some people would like to know which variant it is, because there are lots, and I've got no idea. It is not the Renard variant. There's his late dog, Sully, who is now somewhere where they can just run and jump in water and do stuff with sticks all day long, where all dogs go when they finally just get fed up with humans and think, oh, I need a proper rest. These humans are stupid. Because dogs are clever dogs. Beautiful late Sully, a nice breed of collie. Not sure exactly which one, but it's a collie dog. And his final picture, hopefully not eating, because this is a bit weird. Put down some food if you're about to put it in your mouth. I covered up his nipple just because it's just amusing to do that, and that's where he came off his bicycle and ripped open and broke his collarbone, and they've had to put a metal plate in there, and that's the scar as it is. That's a cool scar. Well, maybe it'd look better if it was down the middle of your face. Maybe not, but maybe that's a better place to get a scar like that. Anyway, cool scar, mate. I haven't got anything quite as large as that. The biggest scar I've got is just along the bottom of my chin, where I collapsed once and chinned the floor and cut it open. And that's about 1 inch long. So yours is about 9 inches long. Way bigger than mine. Anyway, thanks for watching Tank Window. I'll actually go back to his picture of Sully, I think, to leave that on while I just beg and plead for you to send in your own tank windows. Just a bit of fun. Just take a picture of your desktop, the view out of your window. Anything else you want to include on your desktop, just to give us some hints and clues at things you like. So we can see who's watching these videos, and I just like doing tank window. It's just nice. It's nice, isn't it? Anyway, the next video coming up is going to be of myself, Taldrew and Stenaldino with a 3-point perspective video. I had a couple of technical problems. It was supposed to be today's video, but I've got to record that next. Hopefully Drive-By has enjoyed having a replay up, because he's always badgering me to put one of his up, and he sent me quite a lot, and he sent me his tank window, so he now finally deserves one. Yeah, it's a freeway perspective. We're in a tier 6 derp platoon on highway, I think it is, and it's an interesting game. It's good. It's got lots of stuff happening with tank going boom every 25 seconds. Anyway, have a good day, everyone. I'll try and get that video up tomorrow, hopefully, so there's that to look forward to, and I'll play World of Tanks again soon. Take it easy. Bye bye. Kind of pow, mustn't forget.